Like Purdue, it's just an example. Purdue losing to Fresno State is okay. We still win the Big Ten West. But me,
Billy Napier gets fired. I'm just kidding.
Really the best time of the year. I will be seated watching Red Zone for 7 hours on Sunday.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Backyard Banter. Johnny, James, Tanner. Before we get into our picks, Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers finally happened. He's been testing the NFL waters for quite a while now. And I saw a lot of people comparing this to kind of the last dance, like Michigan had to win this year because they had got the penalties from the NCAA coming down. Jim Harbaugh was probably going to leave after this year. I mean, he has the highest winning percentage out of any active coach right now.
Yeah.
And that includes Bill Belichick. That includes, you know who's second? Matt LaFleur.
Hey. It's what they do up there. I don't know.
He gets paired up with Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
They're going to have to make some tough cuts. They're way over the cap, the Chargers. But, yeah, just quick take on Harbaugh going to the NFL.
I think it's amazing for him, right? Like, what a move, right? If you're in his shoes, he was going to become the highest paid college football coach right now. Like, that was going to be a fact. And that was the first thing they said when they reported. Like, he took this opportunity to go back to the NFL. And shout out to him, right? Because this is the dream, right? Everyone in sports has a dream of making it to the pros at the highest level.
He's going back.
And he's going back, right? So it didn't necessarily work the first time. He went and won a national championship. And now he's going to go do it for his own head coaching job for a team that has a lot of upside and a lot of potential in a high market area with a good quarterback situation. So shout out to him because that's a big move. Hopefully, we see a little Chargers-Ravens action, brother versus brother. Yeah. But obviously a big move for the Harbaugh family. So shout out to him though, because he did what he was supposed to do at Michigan, and now he got rewarded, and now he's going to be a head coach in the NFL.
Tanner, before you go, Harbaugh did work the first time in the NFL. He made that NFC Championship 4 years with the Niners. He wins everywhere he goes. He won at Stanford, which this was before David Shaw Stanford went and beat USC with Pete Carroll. That's Stanford. Won there.
Yeah,
one at Michigan.
Yeah.
One in San Francisco. He wins everywhere, and he will never be at the highest that he is right now. He is selling high on his stock right now, and who knows? Like this time next year, Michigan could be hit with a bunch of truths by they could be penalized. They could get the death penalty for all we know. But they got the national championship, and man, he sold high.
Yeah, I like the move for the Chargers. Justin Herbert feels like he has a real head coach finally. Mm-hmm. Good for him. But I'm interested to see the staff he brings in around him. And I'm interested to see what the Chargers do this offseason. Like you said, they got to make a lot of moves negative in the cap department. And they got to draft well and make the right moves as an organization. So interesting to see. But I'm more focused on the other Harbaugh right now.
Yeah.
Ravens got the Chiefs at home, and I'm excited for that one. So, what do you guys think?
I don't know. I really don't know. Obviously, everything's talking about the Super Bowl color, like the logo colors, which obviously that's just what happens in sports. When you have so many people that pay attention to stuff like this, it's going to happen. But the NFL is not scripted. Like that just it's not possible. And if it is, then man, what else is scripted at that point? Because like the NFL, man, is such an elite level of football, and it literally changes every snap. Like you look at the Bills Chiefs game. The Chiefs could have punched it in the end zone there and almost called game, fumble the ball, it's touchback, Bills get the ball back, and you're like, holy cow, like this is still a football game. So the idea that it's scripted, I will say, if I were to script something, that's what I would put in the script, like you fumble it through the end zone and everything. But
I'd have Damar Hamlin fake a punt.
Yeah, that's what I would have too. But
that too.
I talk about Ravens Chiefs here for one quick second because I don't know. It's a tough game to pick. It's hard to pick against Patrick Mahomes. It really is. But we talked about Lamar Jackson not being able to win these big games. I think this is the year. He went and got paid. He's went and played well. He's going to win the MVP. Like, this is the year for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens to go out there and win a Super Bowl and compete for a Super Bowl. And I think they get past this game. We talked about the Bills, Mafia, and everything. Mahomes has got to go back on the road and play in Baltimore, and it's going to be rowdy there too. So I like the Ravens here. I like Lamar to step up, play a big game. That defense is very good. So I like the Ravens personally moving on to the Super Bowl, defeating the Chiefs because of a tough atmosphere, and I think Lamar Jackson steps up as a quarterback that just got paid, and he's going to win that big game.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes has the Tom Brady effect. You would never bet against Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. You never bet against Patrick Mahomes, much less getting 3.5 points. I don't care if this game is being played in Siberia. I would always take Patrick Mahomes with points. I would always take him in general. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of this generation. He's personally the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. I wasn't able to see prime Brady in the early 2000s with Moss, and that I was alive, but wasn't really locked into the Giants-Patriots Super Bowl when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
But the stuff Patrick Mahomes does is otherworldly. He's not as mobile as Lamar, but he can make every single throw, and he's going to make every single throw. Travis Kelce, they come out in the biggest times. Baltimore's not going to win because they still do not have a bona fide wide receiver one. Zay Flowers, really good. Not a wide receiver one. Not yet. He could be there. He's a rookie. He could be that. Odell hasn't made a lot of splash plays yet in the playoffs. Not a wide receiver one anymore. Does Mark Andrews come back? How healthy is he? How effective is he? How well can the Ravens run the ball? The Bills had a lot of success running the ball, especially with Josh Allen. Well, guess who's the one quarterback that's more elusive than Josh Allen? Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
The Ravens' defense is legit. They're the best defense in the NFL. They don't have a weakness. They're strong up front. They're strong in the back end. But it's like we talked about with the Browns' defense against C.J. Stroud. You don't bet against special. And Patrick Mahomes is the dictionary definition of special. So give me the Chiefs to go on to another Super Bowl.
Here we go.
Yeah, I like the Ravens a lot here. Like you said, their defense is elite. I've been on the Ravens for a while now. You guys kind of got on me when I'd have them number one in the power rankings, and I think they're sitting there at number one. So we don't do the power rankings anymore. But they're the best team in football. They run the ball. They play good defense. Their passing game is capable, and the Chiefs, they have shown an ability to stop the run when they need to. So that kind of concerns me for the Ravens, but it's different when you got Lamar Jackson there. I expect a big game from him on the ground and through the air. If he doesn't turn the ball over, Ravens are going to win this game at home. I think it's going to be another great game. I can't wait to watch it.
So excited.
But I picked the Ravens Super Bowl before the postseason. I'm going to stick with it. I like this matchup for them. Best team in football.
Yeah, it's definitely the most exciting of the two games for me. Obviously, when you have championship weekend, it's going to be exciting, and we're all going to be locked in, no matter who's playing in either game. But I guess our consensus backyard banner is going with the Ravens. So
that's fine.
Statistically, you're probably safe.
I'm a big fan of Lamar Jackson. I hope he steps up and makes a big time throw when it matters most. But
and we're not fans of the Ravens or the Chiefs, so we just want good classic.
You got L'Jarius Sneed out there, and he didn't somehow make a Pro Bowl. I don't think he made an All-Pro team.
Yeah,
but money on the line. There's very few corners I'm taking in press coverage over.
Gave up his first touchdown this past week. Yeah,
very few corners I take over L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah,
is Lamar Jackson be able to step up and make a big throw outside the numbers? It's going to need to happen.
Yep.
And he's done it throughout his career, but he has not been in this moment. Therefore, he hasn't done it in this moment. But we'll see. It's going to be an awesome game. Whoever wins is going to have their hands full with the NFC champion.
Yeah.
So we got the 49ers. And the Lions get one more point, Tanner.
One side note here: the Ravens have the best special teams in the NFL.
Yeah, that's facts.
So that's also another phase of the game that I think they have an advantage in. Like they've had punt returns, kick returns. They have the best kicker. Like I think the Ravens have an advantage too in that aspect that can also push them over the top.
Especially at home too.
Yeah.
But moving on the NFC side, 49ers, Detroit. Who would have thought Detroit's going to be playing for an NFC championship? Again, you got Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year last year.
100%.
You would think. He's out there doing work.
Yeah.
The past few weeks, they're toward the bottom in the league in pressure rate. They only get pressure on between 9 and 12% of snaps. It's not very good. The reason why the Bucs had their hands full with the Lions was a lot of reasons, but they did not get consistent pass rush with 4 the entire game. The Lions' offense line is one of the best in football. You got Penei Sewell and you got Frank Ragnow, who had injured every single part of his body against the Bucs and still just pushing Vita Vea.
Graham Glasgow.
You got the
DeKalb, Illinois, baby. Let's go.
I mean, they're stout up front. I mean, they got to be able to get pressure.
Yeah.
Right? And we talked about Detroit secondary. It's horse. I don't know if that's a word. It's
getting worse, but yet they're still winning.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Will Debo play? We don't know as we're filming this. I feel like that's a massive point in this game. 7's a lot of points. At home, though, I still like the 49ers here. Detroit has this heralded run defense that no one runs for over 70 yards on them all year.
Yeah.
McCaffrey will, Christian McCaffrey will.
He's the greatest.
It's different. You got Trent Williams, for my money, the best tackle in the NFL. He gets out there. He's athletic. Gets out there in space. But Brock Purdy, I said it last week or last episode. The time to get the 49ers was last week. They got a week to get the rust off. Now they're at home. NFC Championship. Detroit's never been there before. Well, haven't been there in over 30 years. Feed me the 49ers. I think that Fred Warner will have a big game. I just think they will get just enough pressure to bother Jared Goff. I don't even think Jared Goff's thrown an interception yet in the playoffs. He's due for one. He's due for a big mistake. San Francisco's going to be rocking. Give me Brock Purdy to step up from last week, have a big game, with or without Debo.
Yeah, we talked about, in the past couple of weeks when we talked about the Lions, we talked about Jared Goff and his ability. I said it in the preseason. I said he didn't turn the football over. This year was very different. He did turn the ball over more than he had in the past couple of years. But I also talked about the fact that he plays well in a dome, and that is a big deal. Like, being comfortable. We talked about Dallas. Obviously, Dallas is not. They did not live up to the standards. Dallas didn't lose at home. Dak played well in a dome. Jared Goff has been very, very good at home, and especially in a dome. And I'm not saying it's the only reason why I'm picking the Niners here, but I said it the other day, and you said I got to stop calling them fraudulent, and I do have to. They're playing to get into the Super Bowl, but I'm not there yet for the Lions. I am there in the Lions stock. If I'm going to buy a team stock, I'm going to buy the Lions stock because I think what they have going for them is very good. But in terms of this matchup, man, I just think the Niners are going to roll. I think we talk about the rust, getting the rust off and everything. Brock Purdy, he was in MVP contention there,
The finals for
and he's still there's a small chance of that. Not going to happen most likely, but he's still very good, and CMC is unreal. I mean, that offense is unreal, and I just think the secondary for the Lions is so bad, like you mentioned, that even without Debo, I think they're going to be okay. So give me the Niners by 10+. I know 7's a lot, especially in a championship game, but give me them by 10+, just because I'm not there yet with the Lions, and I think Jared Goff does make a mistake.
Yeah, I like the Niners here. I like a lot of points in this game. I think the Lions are going to be able to score the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to stop the Niners, though. I think 30 to 35 points plus for the Niners in this matchup. I think Brock Purdy has a huge game, like 300 yards, couple tuds. I don't care if Debo plays or not.
Yep.
Ayuk is still good. Kittle's still good. McCaffrey still catches the ball. I think Brock Purdy has a huge game. I think the Lions still score 20, 24 points, but I like the Niners in like a 35 to 24 score. A lot of points, a lot of offense. Niners-Ravens Super Bowl for me.
Yeah, one more point. Aaron Jones ran all over San Francisco.
Yeah.
I talked about their D-line. It's been bad lately. It's been bad. And Detroit's got two backs that can go.
Yeah.
Can they establish a run, and can they run it consistently?
Yep.
Because against the Bucs, they went that 6-minute stretch really put the game away, running the ball. You got Gibbs making that long run, kind of put it to bed. They got to be able to run the ball consistently, and Jared Goff's got to keep it clean in order for them to win. Now moving on to the NBA. Big news: the Milwaukee Bucks, 30-13, now 31-13. Fired Adrian Griffin. He's the second highest winning percentage out of a coach to get fired in season. Doc Rivers is going to replace him. The other two instances where this happened was the 2016 Cavs with David Blatt and Ty Lue. We all know that ended up championship. And also in 1980 with the Lakers, and they also won the championship that year. They beat the 76ers in the finals. So the past two times this has happened, good things have happened. Kind of conflicting reports about Griffin. The front office would come down and watch practice, which is very out of the ordinary. They stand on the floor and watch practice. Giannis very much vouched for Adrian Griffin, and now they get an experienced guy, Doc Rivers. You got all the memes with Doc Rivers. No one's blown more 3-1 leads in the playoff history than Doc Rivers. He's coached guys like Chris Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen.
A ton of dudes,
The
Joel
Clippers,
Embiid, Blake Griffin. It just keeps going. He's coached 7 or 8 Hall of Famers, and now he gets to coach 2 more in Milwaukee. I was talking to our boy T-Rash on the bus ride home for the game yesterday. He's like, we needed someone. He's a Bucks fan. And we needed someone with experience handling stars, and they got that with Doc Rivers. So, what are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I like it for the Bucks. I think Doc Rivers, very experienced head coach, knows how to handle these super team type environments. Clearly, I mean, sometimes he's choked with them, but he's also won championships. Great head coach. You saw the energy the Bucks had last night. I watched a little bit of that game, and they definitely had a newfound energy, enthusiasm from what I saw. But I find it kind of funny. The Pacers kind of ruined the Bucks for a minute.
Yeah.
That's what I like in this part. The Pacers ruin Adrian
I
Griffin.
figure half their losses are
to
almost
the
half.
Pacers.
Almost half their losses are to one
Right.
singular team.
Yeah, so I found that kind of funny. But I like the hire. They could have gone Nick Nurse or Doc Rivers. I like Rivers a little bit more than Nick Nurse. So.
Well, Nick Nurse is with the Sixers right now.
As an assistant.
No, he's the head coach.
Oh, he's the head coach?
He's the head coach.
I thought he was available for some reason.
Well, I think we talked about it a little bit. Giannis vouched for Griffin. I think that was the only reason Griffin got the job in the first place. There's other things, obviously, that as casual fans, as casual people, we don't know what's going on inside the locker room or inside meetings and stuff like that. I think when you make a move like that, there is something else being hidden from us, obviously. Whether there's a disagreement with someone, or whether it's a player, a staff, or something. Obviously, a lot of people jump to the negatives when somebody gets fired of, something illegal that they might have done. But obviously, he got the job because of Giannis. The Bucks were killing it, and they're a very good team in the East who has championship potential. And then they go and fire their head coach. You don't see it very often, but like you said, the 2 times it did happen, it worked for them. And yesterday, all over social media was the Bucks dancing after intros, and they were like, doesn't matter who their head coach is, they've still got dudes, they still have Giannis, one of the best players in the league right now. So obviously there's a reason for the move, and obviously when you see Doc Rivers out there, you gotta jump on it. We'll see if this is the year for Doc Rivers to get himself a ring.
Just kind of off the top of my head, Doc Rivers has coached before the Bucks right around 10 Hall of Famers. Because he was with Orlando in the early days with T-Mac and Grant Hill. And then obviously you got the trio in Boston. And if you want to count Rondo, it would be 11. Or if you want to count like Blake Griffin, for example, it would be 12. He's coached a ton of these guys before, but all that talent, only one championship.
Yep.
I don't even think he went to the conference finals once with the Clippers and never been with the 76ers with Joel. So, yes, you get an experienced coach, but there's a reason why he was calling games with Mike Breen before this. And, he gets another shot. And I think he went to Marquette. He's got ties in the area. I like this. If you're going to make a move, you got to go out. Don't just make a move and hire your assistant, unless it's someone like Ty Lue, which is what the Cavs did. But, yeah, they went out and got Doc Rivers. We'll see how this changes. I mean, they had a culture set up. Defensively, the Bucks have been really bad, which you don't really say with Brooke Lopez and Giannis. But they don't have that perimeter guy in Drew Holiday anymore. But speaking of Joel Embiid, he scored 70 the other night. Let me just kind of preface this
on
before,
32 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. Let me just preface this by saying before last year, I don't think anyone scored 70 until Kobe had the 81. Devin Booker, yeah, that's right, against
and he
Boston.
Almost got it the other night.
Yeah, and he's been unreal. But since then, Donovan Mitchell scored 70. Joel has now scored 70. Damian Lillard was the other one who scored 70. One other one scored 70. And Joel did it. He was unreal. Cat had 62 and a loss, which is unreal.
With 4 points in the fourth quarter. 4 points. And they lost.
They lost to the Hornets.
And they lost. And their coach, remind me of his name, I don't know.
Chris Finch.
Went out there and...
Yeah, he went after him.
Went after Cat because they were playing selfish basketball. They were... Who cares if you drop 80 and you lose... All that shows up is the L. And that's what happened. Cat had 4 points in the fourth quarter, and they lost with 62 points. But you can continue if you got anything.
I think D-Book had 62 the other night too.
Unreal. The NBA, the amount of talent that is in the league right now is unmatched. It is unbelievable to watch. You've got dudes all over every team. There's some really bad teams out there, especially this year. But every team has that one dude that you wouldn't be surprised if you look at the box score.
Every single team. You look at the Wizards. The Wizards, to me, are the most unwatchable team in basketball. Yep. Jordan Poole can go get you 40 on any given night. Yeah. That's the one thing. In the Jordan era, stuff like that wasn't happening. No. The pace is so much different from now to then. But the talent in the league right now is that it's just an all-time high.
And it's just climbing.
It's incredible to see just the skill, the one-on-one skill that these guys have. Yep. I mean, you got guys like Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. Yep. You could go on. Just the one-on-one skill. The game winner that Kevin Durant had against the Bulls the other day. Yep. Double clutches in the air, nothing but net. Yep. It's just unreal. And it's awesome to see. Now that NFL is starting to wind down, again, we'll talk more playoffs. We got an NBA guy coming on the next podcast. Yeah. Talk more NBA. I mean, not playoffs, but
you're also seeing it in high school ball and in college ball. Yeah. The talent, even we're D3 guys, right? We D3 basketball, we watch it every day, we see it every day. There is a ton of talent at D3.
There's some
When
dudes
you
that can
when you look at the top 25 ranked teams in Division III basketball, there are some dudes that can flat out play. Right? Then you get to the D2 level, and it's so much better. It's quicker. Like the guards are just faster. So I can't even imagine being at that D1 level constantly. And then you got some of those dudes, especially nowadays, that they don't maybe go the college route. They go through the different kind of NBA.
I mean, you got G-League Ignite, OTE,
yeah, they got all these leagues now. There is so much talent. The basketball world is going up. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins, I believe, is in China right now playing basketball. So the world of basketball is just continuing to grow, and the NBA is just going to get better and better offensively for sure.
I was watching Colorado State, Nevada last night, and Colorado State's second leading scorer was playing Division II basketball last year.
Yeah.
He was a 2-time Division II All-American, 1 Division II Player of the Year last year, and now he's on a top 25 NCAA tournament team.
Not anymore.
Second in
because
scoring.
Nevada
might be in the top 25.
Yeah.
But speaking of college basketball,
Big Mountain West guy over here.
Take us through the slate this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good games. I'm kind of going to skip the Sunday before I get into Saturday because my personal game of the week is a Mountain West game. Nevada goes at New Mexico, and I'm telling you guys right now,
I don't know anything about
This
I
is-
know New Mexico has 3 guards.
this is one of the best guard matchups we'll get the rest of the regular season. Jared Lucas from Nevada can give you 30 any night. I think he had 30 last night. And Jalen House for New Mexico, the son of Eddie House. He is a sniper from 3, and in my opinion, is the best on-ball defender in college basketball. So watching him defend Jared Lucas on Sunday is going to be a great
We're going to
matchup.
have a treat.
It's going to be a great game. I'll be tuned into that for sure. Even with NFL playoffs.
That's all right.
So, some more games. Seton Hall, Marquette. Seton Hall playing really well. Marquette has some injuries right now, maybe not playing up to par for their standard. Kansas goes at Iowa State. I think Iowa State can win that one at home. And then Texas.
Kansas needs a win.
They need to win back.
I know they just beat Cincinnati, but they need a more marquee win.
Yes. Texas Tech at Oklahoma. Oklahoma, tough loss to Texas.
Oklahoma's the most overrated team in the country.
They might be.
They had the easiest schedule to get to 12.
I told Tanner this last week. They're the Old Miss of the Big 12. The most overrated team. They're not the number 11 team in the country that the AP has.
And Texas just came off a big win against Baylor, and they continued to went at Oklahoma and got
Texas
the job
is good.
done.
Texas made the Elite Eight for a reason last year. Their big guy, Dessou, he's
Starting to play well.
He's playing really well.
And they got Max
Max
Asmus now
Asmus,
from
top 15 scorer in NCAA history.
Yep. They play at BYU Saturday. So
that's another fun one.
good
BYU
matchup.
with tough loss against Houston.
Yeah.
They're good, though. Houston's good, too.
Purdue plays Rutgers Sunday.
Where is it?
At Rutgers.
Oh, that loss. Derek Harper Jr.
What is it, the Jersey
seniors-
Mike's Arena?
Yeah. Purdue seniors, they can complete, I don't know what it's called officially, but they can, with a win Sunday, Purdue seniors would have a win at every Big Ten venue, which is a big deal as a class, I would say. Purdue's playing extremely well right now.
Yep.
Hopefully not peaking too early. They've won 3 straight games by 15 or more points. That's the first time they've done that in the Big Ten in their program history. So they can make it 4 potentially Sunday.
Wow.
So keep it going.
That's an interesting stat.
Yeah, Florida had a big win against Mississippi State yesterday, quad 1 win.
Yep.
Boo Buie gave it to Illinois on the road.
Boo Buie's tough.
Northwestern at home against the top 10 team is like the 96 Bulls. They're very good. Boo Buie.
Not against Illinois. They were showing a stat yesterday during the game. Northwestern is 1 in one win against some crazy number. I don't want to say it because
Now it's 2.
I wanted to say it was like 200. It was a crazy number against Illinois when Illinois is ranked in the top 10. Sure enough, they get their second one because Boo Buie.
Northwestern owns you guys.
I mean, they're very good at
I'll tell you
home.
what,
They're very good at home.
They come to Mackey Wednesday night, and I think Mackey will be unglued for that game. That's a revenge.
But,
I mean, they're very good. They're very good at home.
Northwestern's got some of the coldest jerseys in college.
Yeah,
They
those
do.
City Edition ones.
They got the black and gold ones.
Yeah.
They're tough. They're tough.
Everyone's favorite time of the week, trivia time.
Not my favorite time.
Play along with us. Comment your score down below.
See if you can beat me. That's what you said last
You
time.
probably didn't beat James last time. James did good. Am I allowed to go first this time? I haven't been first in decades.
No.
I don't care who
No,
goes
No, he's
first.
not allowed to go
I don't
first.
care who goes
I want
first.
James to go first again.
James is always
And then
first.
Tanner can go second.
I'm
and
always
Johnny can go
last.
What if we did a snake this time?
No, we're not doing this.
No.
Okay, we're not drafting for fantasy. All right, talk to us.
Categories are NFL, MLB, and then there's a college basketball edition for each of their favorite teams: Purdue, Illinois, and Florida.
All right, give me MLB for 200, please.
MLB for 200.
Theater's so long.
All right, I want to preface this.
Oh boy, here we go. Why do I pick like the worst
No,
ones?
it has nothing to do with
Okay.
the question. After I say the question, James gets a chance to answer.
Yep.
I will say either like correct or not correct. Then after that, you guys say Banner.
Okay.
If you know he's like wrong or something, like you can't just say Banner. You have to wait for
And
him.
I probably
I
will.
like that. I like
All
that.
right.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna do very well today. Let's
You
go.
are.
Yes, sir. In what city was the American League wildcard game played in 2016?
Oh man,
2016 is a big postseason for you guys.
I'm aware.
I know this.
I'm aware.
So
AL 2016 wildcard game
Yep.
was played in
5,
the city
4,
of
3, 2.
Cleveland. It's not right.
Incorrect.
Banner, Toronto.
Correct.
Oh,
Good.
facts.
Correct.
They beat the Orioles.
And why would I pick Cleveland? Obviously, they won the division. I mean,
I don't know,
They hosted the World
hey,
Series.
at least I picked a team that was in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
That's
You knew
facts.
Cleveland was
That's
in it.
facts. That's facts.
All right.
That's all right. I felt like that was a fair question. Like
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good
I didn't know it, but like I could.
I remember that game so vividly. Edwin Encarnacion hit a walk-off home
Yeah,
run.
that is, yep.
All right, Tanner.
Let me go with college basketball.
All right.
Purdue.
Your college basketball.
Can you ask for like the
By way,
Illinois one if you wanted to?
Yes.
Okay.
All the college basketball ones are worth 300.
Those are tough. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a chance I could just ask for the Purdue one? Or do
Yeah.
I just... Is it just...
Yeah, yeah. No, you get the Purdue.
Oh, I
one.
want the Purdue one. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
and
gonna
you guys
ask.
can still steal
I'm gonna
it,
ask
but
for the
they're all
Florida
tough.
one.
All right, Tanner. Purdue basketball for 300. In the first game in program history, Purdue defeated its opponent 34-19. Who was the opponent?
Wabash College.
Incorrect.
Oh. I'll try. I'll banter. Since
I thought that was right. 'Cause
I thought
I
that was
had
right,
to have
too.
been right.
they played the first game in Indiana.
Since
the
Oregon won the
YMCA.
national championship, it's got to be someone close to them. I'll say. I have no idea. Oregon.
James, it's not a college basketball team. There's your hint.
I feel like it's a huge hint.
It's not a college basketball team.
Do you know that?
I know.
So they played a game like that counted for their record.
Not against a college basketball team.
Okay.
It's a school to deaf and blind.
I mean, this was back in like the 1800s, wasn't it? Like,
This is the 120-something season of Purdue basketball.
It's a while ago.
Purdue High School. I don't know.
Lafayette YMCA.
Look at that.
See, we were right.
You knew it was at the YMCA.
Gosh dang it.
Now
That's
you
good.
know a little something new.
See,
good.
I want to say
I know they played
they
Wabash.
played Wabash and Wabash beat them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wabash beat Purdue like in the first game at the YMCA.
I'll do NFL 200.
That was tough.
NFL 200. What is the least valuable NFL team to date at $3 billion?
Jacksonville.
Incorrect.
Ooh, I was confident in that too.
Banner.
All right.
Really? They got to be down there.
Yeah.
The Panthers.
Incorrect.
Banner, Houston Texans.
Incorrect.
Really?
It's surprisingly to me the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, okay.
That's
That's,
not surprising.
Yep.
Paul Brown not getting it done up there.
Yep.
Yep.
Man, we are doing very well
Tough
today.
session.
Oh,
It's a tough session.
Those are tough questions.
I gotta get on the board. MLB 100.
There you go. Oh, and you should get this.
Don't say that. You gotta stop doing that.
Sorry.
You got cut it.
No.
Cut it. You gotta stop doing
You should,
that.
and you deserve it.
Okay, thank you.
Who is known as Mr. Cub?
Ernie Banks.
There you go.
There we go.
I was
Come
gonna say,
on.
if you didn't get
I
that,
got it. I got that one. I got that one.
All right.
I got that
I
one.
didn't know that.
James on top, baby. Come on.
James is in second. Tanner?
Second.
I want MLB
Who got?
for
Oh,
300.
he got
Yes,
the.
sir.
Gosh damn.
MLB for 300.
He stole mine.
What is the name of the baseball player nicknamed the Big Donkey?
You don't know say.
The big donkey.
Can I ask?
I wish I was
what-
nicknamed the
like,
Big
is
Donkey.
this
That's such
before the 2000s? Wait. Is this Randy Johnson?
Banter.
Hold on. Was that your guess?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Banter. I think this dude had a card in MLB The Show.
Because we played it all summer.
God, he was a big lefty.
Yeah, it's a left-handed.
Adam Dunn.
Yo!
Shout out MLB The Show.
Dude,
Shout out MLB
that's
The
why
Show.
we grind.
Come on.
That's why we grind.
Shout out Carter.
Hey,
We played with
They're
Adam
gamers.
Dunn.
They're gamers. They're
A
gamers.
bunch.
We play MLB The Show a lot.
I don't really play that much.
Not anymore.
I didn't.
Over
No,
the-
even during the grind, like yeah, we played.
Over
but
the summer.
It's not like I was
The
on
big donkey makes sense for him
it's
because
not
he
like-
had some long
It's
home
not like I
runs.
was on the show for 3 hours a day.
I was.
I was working in the lots at Ray's Baseball.
I don't know. We were when I was in Florida. We were grinding the show. That's
Yeah, because
that's
you were
fact.
awful.
That's fact. I was really bad.
I'll do the Florida question.
All right.
I mean, I'm not gonna get the Illinois one. I mean, there's like a 0% chance.
How many freshmen did they have in 2008?
2008. Okay, so that's the
Natty.
year after.
Or no?
No, they didn't
Year
win a
after,
natty
year
that
after.
year. Year after they won back-to-back natties. Like how many?
How many freshmen were on the team?
I have no idea. Let's see. They had to replace their whole starting five. I'm gonna go with 5.
Incorrect.
Banner 8.
No.
Incorrect.
Banner 7.
Correct.
Ah.
Tanner
Bogus
snipes the
question.
300.
Hey.
Question.
So it's 500, 300, and to 100?
100.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, James. You have your Illinois one. You could leave it for someone else.
Ooh.
Or you could go NFL 100 or 300.
Take the Illinois.
I'm down 300
Yeah. You're down
You're
400.
down 400.
to the top.
Yeah.
To Johnny, yeah.
Or to
Or
Tanner.
no, to Tanner, sorry. Johnny's at 300.
I guess give me my Illini one.
All right.
It's gonna be
What
It's gonna be rude.
What is Illinois' all-time record against Kentucky in March Madness?
Okay.
I feel like that's gettable.
Hey, it's less gettable than guessing a random
Yeah.
number of freshmen.
Yeah.
Funnel through those games.
Okay, let me funnel through them. I'm funneling. Like, how have we even played them? Are we 0-0?
If there's a record against them.
I'll tell you what.
Tell me how many games they've played.
No, I can't tell you
Yeah,
that.
very
But
good.
they've played less than 7 times.
Okay.
So something in the 0 to 6 range.
What if they are?
Alright.
Oh no, that would be so gritty.
3-2.
Incorrect.
Banner 1 and 2.
Incorrect.
Banter.
0-5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 0-5.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
Incorrect. 0-4.
Wow.
I knew that they're not beating.
I thought they might have got one. I don't know who
Not
they
beating
played
them.
their run to the Natty, but
Yeah.
I thought they might have beat them that
Nope.
year. Give them a win.
Yep, they're running the Natty. I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
So
Gritty.
Hey.
no,
All right.
really watch film on that.
NFL 100 and 300. James can still tie the leader for a sudden death if he steals both of these.
Ooh, watch out.
Let me get. What does Johnny have?
200 less than you.
Let me get NFL for 100.
All right.
Pansy.
I'm gonna tie the game then.
Who is the only team to lose 4 straight Super Bowls between 1990 and
Okay.
1990?
The Buffalo Bills.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny can
4
tie.
falls of Buffalo.
Or I could steal.
Yeah, you could.
Can you kick Tanner out? Tanner's out. Tanner.
Well, if you both get it wrong, then
It doesn't
no,
matter,
because it doesn't matter.
All right, my time to shine.
Yep.
At least I got the Cub, Mr. Cub.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Who has the most wins in NFL history with 790?
Don Shula.
A team.
Oh, a team. I thought you were doing coach. Oh, that's way too many for a
That-
coach.
that is-
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I was like,
Holy crap.
an NFL coach won 790
Well, because
games.
all I've heard in the media with Belichick trying to get this new job is he's trying to catch Shula, but that's more like 300, not 700.
Yeah. So 790 total wins for this team. Who has the most in NFL history? So gettable.
Yeah, it's very gettable.
So gettable.
Like the Patriots before Tom and them were not good. I'm gonna go Steelers. They've always been consistent.
Incorrect.
Banner.
It's the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Incorrect.
Yes,
the
actually,
Chicago
too.
Bears.
No.
Or the Green Bay Packers.
It's the
one
Packers.
of the two. Because they
Because they played for the.
It is the Packers.
Those were the
It is
first
the Packers.
two.
It is
I think
the Packers.
Packers overtook us.
Packers
a couple
won
years
the.
ago.
They did.
I think it's the Packers.
Yep.
My bad.
Correct.
It is the Packers.
It was one of the two.
Why did you trick me into say the Dolphins?
Those were the first two NFL teams.
Yeah, I think they
All
won the
right,
first two
Tanner.
Super Bowls.
Nice game.
Tanner back-to-back wins.
Second most points in trivia history.
And once again, this is the last time we do it.
Until
Yeah.
next week.
Until next
Until next Thursday.
Man.
Oh yeah, shout out Tanner. Good job, Tanner.
Yeah, good job, T. Good job, T.
Mr. Cub.
Shout out MLB the show.
If you would have
Cubs.
missed that, I would have been.
I would have left the podcast.
Oh,
I would have left
man.
the podcast.
Thought about it for a second.
You know, honestly, the questions that I was asked, I'm not too disappointed I didn't get to.
I'm pretty disappointed in my performance this week.
I'm very disappointed that
all my
your
questions were better.
Florida question was
Yeah.
guess a number,
Yeah.
whereas I mean,
I thought it was gonna be name the whole starting five.
yeah, which was been more gettable than
Yeah.
who
7 freshmen's a lot.
who did
We
Purdue
don't-
play, and they didn't
Yeah,
even
that's
play
crazy.
a college
The
basketball.
I
Lafayette.
thought Tanner might have known.
Yeah.
Well, we
Lafayette
kind of did.
Lions,
We
yeah.
kind of did because we kind of put it together that we know they played at the Y because when we went to Wabash last year, we learned all about.
It says they beat the team they played, so you guys said Wabash beat them, so that wouldn't have been it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
We got
Shout out Purdue, underperforming even 120 years ago.
and they only scored 36 points. They can't score in March. I mean,
The game, who knows if
the game was probably in November
The game
or
was
something.
March 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
March 10th.
probably
See,
March.
That's
man,
not true.
that's
but-
not true at all. That's
But-
all right.
Wow.
If you guys made it this far, thank you guys so much for
out to
watching.
Purdue.
Everyone have a great time watching NFL playoffs.
Good weekend.
And
Yep.
Nevada, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Tune in.
Next pod, we'll know who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
Unreal.
if you guys made this far, subscribe, leave a like, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.